Well, we're here today at Island Grove Regional Park in downtown Greeley. And if you are planning an event, or if you are part of an organization or a nonprofit that is looking for a new and innovative space for you to have your meetings or your events, it's right here at Island Grove. And here to tell us more about the facilities and the amenities that are at Island Grove, we had Tom Welch, who is the City of Greeley's, or I should say, the manager for Island Grove Park here. Tom, great to have you here.
Thank you. Glad to be here.
Yes, so Tom Welch, you have been in this area of this part of town for a while. You and I were talking just before this interview. You actually helped build the arena here at Island Grove.
I did. I moved to Greeley in '77, and my second job in Greeley was building the South Grandstand, and then the next year we built the North Grandstand.
Okay, so you and I were kind of joking beforehand. It's like you've been here at Island Grove almost your whole life.
Well, I'm a little bit older than that, but
yeah.
Yes, I've been here. Like I said, I went to work for the city in '84, and in '88 I got transferred to Island Grove as the park tech, and I showed them. I ended up becoming the park manager in 2000. So
okay, so if I'm doing my math right, that's about 39 years with the city of Greeley. Congrats.
Thank you. You're quick.
Yeah,
good math skills.
You help me out. I have to be honest here. So while we're here today, Tom, one of the things that we wanted to do is kind of tout the Island Grove facilities here and amenities and things that are available for folks. We talked a little bit about you, but Island Grove also has a pretty long history here in Greeley. It was one of Greeley's first parks or park areas, and it's just kind of been an important piece of history here in Greeley.
Certainly has been. And there's a lot of history here. In fact, Nathan Meeker had a little bit to do with this. He came down and rescued a woman from the Ute tribe that was captured and brought down to Island Grove, and so that was the start of the history of Island Grove. And what else you got?
Yeah. Well, okay, there's one thing that I have to mention that was pretty close to the first time I met you. I was at your office, and there was the buffalo. Oh, and that you told me, you're like, it came from the zoo, and I'm like, the zoo?
Yes, Island Grove had a zoo and had several animals. I was lucky enough to have a friend that lived in Greeley, and we were going to NJC, Northeastern Junior College in Sterling, and he brought me down and showed me Island Grove, and at that time the zoo was still operating.
All right, well, now not so much a zoo, but we do have a lot of other things here and animals from time to time. Anybody that has attended the Greeley Stampede or come out here for Welch County Fair and those kinds of things have maybe experienced some of what Island Grove has to offer. But can you give us an idea of what is available out here for anybody that's seeking an event venue or like some place to do a birthday party maybe, or meetings?
You bet I can. We have several facilities. We have roughly 150,000 square feet of indoor venue space, meeting rooms, large buildings. Our smallest venue is roughly less than 900 square feet, and that would be our Buckle Club, newly built about 3 or 4 years ago by the Greeley by the Greeley Stampede and the City of Greeley. We also have what was once Greeley's first city hall called the Bunkhouse. That holds about 90 people. And then we also have the biggest event we have, our venue we have, or there's two of them. One indoor one is the Island Grove Event Center, which is a jointly owned building. City and the county both went together along with the Colorado Farm Show and built that venue in 2000. We also have a 9,000 seat rodeo arena, which has a lot of other use. It's a multi-event venue.
Okay, so I'm glad you mentioned that because I had no idea. I was wondering how many seats that the arena can handle, but 9,000, that surprised me. I didn't expect that.
Well, and for concerts for the Stampede, they can put 12, 14,000 people in there easily.
Okay. Well, so being able to be on the floor or up in the stands makes a difference, obviously. Okay, so now that you've maybe piqued a few people's interest that are watching today, how do folks go about deciding which space is the best for them? Do you have staff that kind of work through them, do a little event planning, or are we just winging it?
No, we certainly do have event planners. We have two in our office. They're our event coordinators, Rochelle Pate and Jen Bardet. Both of them very experienced with events. So, if you're a seasoned event planner, you can come in. They'll just guide you to what we have. If not, they will help you plan your event. We get a lot of people who are doing first-time events, and so it's good that we have these people who know events and they deal with people all the time. We do over 600 bookings a year, which that's a lot of bookings for
Yes.
yeah. So they're very accomplished, and they know exactly what we have.
All right, so in the time that we have left, if let's say I mentioned earlier in the interview about a nonprofit group or an organization, and maybe I'm looking for a new space for us to meet on a monthly basis, or maybe I'm looking at having a workshop or a seminar, or again, those bigger events or even some smaller ones like quinceañeras. I know that you have a lot of those. How do folks go about scheduling that, and who do they contact?
Okay, they call our scheduling office. Numbers are 970-350-9392, and the other one is 350-9339.
Okay.
And they can reach Rochelle and Jen at those numbers. And like I said, they're very helpful. They know how to put on events. They know what's needed. So if you're not sure, they're glad to help you out. But if you know what you're doing, they're good with what you want to do.
All right, so I'm getting the signal from Dean, but I've got one last question for you, Tom. Share with us your favorite event here at Island Grove.
Well, I'm a little biased. I've got several favorite events. You know, I love the Stampede. I love the Colorado Farm Show. I love the county fair. But I'm one of the people that helped start the Greeley Blues Jam. And so I've put a lot of blood and sweat into that thing, tears maybe even a few, but that's one of my favorite events.
Well, that sounds like a perfect set. If that was a playlist, I think that's pretty good. I would have to say one of my things that I really enjoy watching out here is actually one of the dog shows. And so I enjoy the pups. What can I say?
You know, I do too, and I've got to tell you, one of my favorite things about Island Grove is all the people watching going on, and there's nothing better than the dog shows to enjoy watching a special breed or the breed of people that you like.
That's right. Okay, we're going to leave it at that. Thank you so much for being here today, Tom Welch. Appreciate your time.
Glad I could help.
All right, so if it is an event center, exhibition hall, 4-H bunkhouse, buckle club, pavilions, the arena and grandstands, livestock building, saddle club, something for everyone out here at Island Grove. If you want more information, because now you're ready to schedule that event or that meeting, make sure you head on over to greeleygov.com/Island Grove.